I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to my video. Today I'm going to talk to you about an opportunity that is changing a lot of people's lives around the world, an opportunity that I thank God is in my life today, especially in this recession that we're in. My husband and I are victims of this recession. We had a very profitable business, never had to worry about a mortgage payment, a car payment, or paying any of our bills, until one day to the next it was completely gone. And as we're children, what do our parents teach us? That we need to learn how to save money for a rainy day. Well, we had enough saved in that bank account that a lot of people today could not save in their lifetime, but that money ran out in 7 months. And once that was done, what do we do next? We tapped into something called 401k, your retirement, your future. Have you heard of that? Well, once that was done, the next thing we tapped into was our credit cards in order to live. And then when those credit cards were done, I decided to go out and look for a full-time job. And 6 months went by and I could not find one. Then I realized there's millions upon millions of people in the world today unemployed. Well, I ended up with 3 part-time jobs just to keep afloat. And one day I got a phone call from a very good friend of mine who lives in Utah. And this person had been calling me for many years. But what happened? When life is good, we never listen to anybody. It's when everything is gone, is when we decide to start listening to people. Well, my friend wanted me to do him a favor, and that was to go to Miami so I can give him my opinion on this company. So I decided to go down to Miami, and when I went down there, I heard some information which I am going to share with you today. But what happened is, as time went on, I kept going every week. And this time, I was looking for someone that was going to be my mentor, who was going to teach me how to do this business. And as time went on, I found this person, and his name is Jose Martin Rosado. Jose Martin Rosado has an incredible success story, but before I tell you about his success, I want to tell you about his uncle who presented to him a multi-million-dollar business. Let me give you his uncle's credentials. His uncle lived in Puerto Rico. He was a security guard who worked 68 hours a week. He was bankrupt, 9th grade education, lived in a basement, and many divorces. And he was calling his nephew in Florida to tell him that he had a multi-million-dollar business for him. What do you think his nephew, Jose Martin Rosado, said to his uncle in Puerto Rico? Exactly. He said, no, thank you. So as time went on, 4 years in the future, the uncle came to Florida, called his nephew, Jose Martin Rosado. When Jose Martin Rosado went to go see his uncle, he did not recognize him. Number 1, because he was professional. Number 2, he spoke differently. And then he realized he had been traveling the world helping millions of people obtain what he has obtained. So Jose Martin Rosado decided to listen to his uncle, and within a year and a half, he retired his wife, where she worked in a factory as a seamstress. Another year went by, and he retired, where he worked at a company called Flowers Bakery in Opelika, Florida, where he had worked for 17 and a half years. Today, him and his wife are financially independent. Do you know what financial independence is? When there is a balance between time and money. And today they are trying to help as many people in the world to be able to achieve what they've achieved. So I'm going to talk to you about a company that is called 4Life Research. And the founders of this company are David and Bianca Lisenby, and they have more than 30 years experience in the industry of network marketing. They have taken companies from zero and have turned them into multi-million-dollar companies. So what they decided to do was launch their company back in 1998. So how many years are we? We're approximately 12 years old. And today there is a magazine that is called Inc. 500 List. Have you heard of the Inc. 500 list? Well, let me explain to you what they do. Inc. 500, what they do is they analyze 20,000 U.S. privately held companies. And out of the 20,000 companies, they take out the top 500. That's why it's called Inc. 500. Well, 4Life Research came in number 15. 15 out of 20,000 companies gave us a growth of 6,109%. And that happened for us back in 2003. Why? Because what Inc. 500 does is they analyze a company's first 5 years. Why? Because 90% of companies fail within the first 5 years. Well, 4Life Research had this phenomenal growth of 6,109%. Incredible, isn't it? Well, that's not what got me interested. What got me interested more than that was that in the top 14 companies that were above us, none of them were network marketing companies. We were the first ones. Now, why do we have this phenomenal growth? Because 4Life brought out a product that is exclusive and unique and that nobody else has. 4Life has the formula to something called transfer factors. Now, transfer factors are nothing new. They've been researched since 1949, and it started by a Dr. Sherwood Lawrence. They spent millions of dollars researching it, and there's over 3,500 studies around the world on transfer factors. Now, why did they study transfer factors so much? Because transfer factors work on the body's most important system, which is called your immune system. And 4Life brought out a product which is called Transfer Factor Plus. Transfer Factor Plus, we have many patents on this product. And what it does, it elevates your immune system to a 437%. Not only does it elevate the immune system, but it's the 3 R's. It recognizes, responds, and remembers foreign invaders. Now, this Transfer Factor Plus has been helping millions of people all over the world. And I'm going to give you the list with asthma, allergies, rheumatoid arthritis, diabetes, lupus, viruses, bacteria, parasites, cancers, Crohn's disease, high blood pressure, back problems. The list goes on and on and on with many people around the world today. Now, I'm not telling you this product is curing anything. All it's doing is elevating your own immune system. So this means your own immune system takes charge to get rid of the viruses, the bacteria, the parasites, or whatever else it attacks. Now, this Transfer Factor Plus, which has also been listed in this book, which is called the PDR, the Physician's Desk Reference Non-Prescription Drugs Book, since 2003 until today, which is approximately 8 years. And in this book, the PDR, it states that it elevates your immune system at 437%. I'm going to tell you real briefly of my own personal testimony and what the Transfer Factor Plus has done to my life and to my husband. My husband has high blood pressure and he had high cholesterol. And since he started taking the product, his blood pressure is normalized and his cholesterol is perfect. I have problems with a herniated disc in the 4th and the 5th lumbar, and I also had problems with sciatica. I don't know if you know anybody with a problem with sciatica, but it's a very painful illness. Not only is it a lot of pain, but after 1 year, your leg goes completely numb. And since I've been taking the Transfer Factor Plus, not only am I living pain-free, but I have full feeling in the leg. I have many testimonies, and I'm sure you can go on YouTube.com and look up many testimonies of people that all over the world that it's helping them with Crohn's disease, with cancers, with Lou Gehrig's disease, many illnesses. And like I said, I have many testimonies, but my suggestion was please do your homework and research more about the product. So 4Life decided to launch this product through the network marketing industry. And why? Because it's a very simple concept. But first I'm going to explain to you what we've been taught, normal distribution of a product. A product is made in a factory, and from a factory it goes to a warehouse. From a warehouse it goes to a wholesaler. From a wholesaler it goes to a retail store, and finally to us, the consumer. The factory marks up a product 40%. The middleman here, they mark up the product 60%. And by the time the product gets to us, we pay over 100%. But network marketing is a very simple concept. What it is, the product is made in the factory and it goes directly to us, the consumer. What 4Life has done, they have eliminated the middleman here, and now the product goes person to person, word of mouth, which is the most effective form of advertising today. You know that companies spend millions of dollars on advertising, on the TV, on magazines, on print ads. But now we take the product person to person. Now with 4Life, they keep 36% and they pay us 64% for our referrals. We are the highest paying network marketing company today. And this income that we earn is an income that I never knew existed. Jose Martin Rosario has been teaching me about this. But first I'm going to explain to you what we've been taught all of our lives.